Hello, my dear students. This video is going to be about the use of articles. Let's consider some generalities that probably you're going to be reaffirming some knowledge, complementing some previous information, or learning from zero some of the elements here. Okay, unless they are uncountable, all nouns need an article when used in the singular. The article can be either a, an, or de. Let us compare these three sentences. A. Research is an important activity in universities. B. The research begun by Dr. Matthews was continued by Professor Brankovic. And C. An interesting piece of research was conducted among 200 patients in the clinic. So let's see that in A, research, which is usually uncountable, is being used in a general sense. In B, a specific piece of research is identified, the one which was conducted by this Dr. Matthews. And in C, the research is being mentioned for the very first time, and the word piece is used to count the research. So let's analyze, if it is necessary for you to pause the video and analyze this with more time, okay? And now let us consider these sentences in which we have to make decisions why the is used or not used. So we have these sentences, and there we have the, or we don't have the. And the important thing is to analyze why it is used or not. So this is like for you to pause the video, read the sentences, and self-reflect based on the understanding, the general knowledge and understanding you have about when to use the and when it is not necessary to use the. Okay, after this pause, we are going to remember particular uses and cases in which we are going to use the. First, the is used in superlatives, the fastest, in time periods, the 18th century, the 1970s, to refer to unique things, the government, the world, to refer to specified things, the French Revolution, for regular publications, the new scientists, for regions and rivers, the South, the River Seine, for very well-known people and things, the Spanish artist, the particular artist, for institutions and bodies, the United Nations, for positions, the middle, for currencies, the euro. Probably some of them you already know about those cases and uses, but some others may be new or you're just remembering some things. But it is not used with things in general. Example, bad harvests. Names of countries, with the exception of the UK, the USA, and a few others. But you don't say the Peru, the Colombia. So it is not necessary for those countries in general. For abstract nouns, for example, poverty, to refer to companies, things named after people, places, example, Sainsbury's, Heathrow Airport. Note the alternate forms have different ways to make reference to the same thing here, this ecosystem. The deserts of Australia are expanding, or Australian deserts or Australia's deserts are expanding. So there are different ways, and we're referring to possessives. What about the use of a and an? So let us remind these things. A and an are articles. They are used with singular nouns. A and an for one thing, one subject. For example, a book, one book, an apple, one apple. Okay, countable, singular. But how do we know when to use a and when to use an? It is simple. Use a with words that begin with a, consonant sound. Consonant sound. More than a consonant is a consonant sound. A cat, a house, a universe, a ball. Having here the phonetics for consonant, so as it is necessary to use a. Use an with words that begin with a vowel sound. An ape, an hour, an injection, an ugly man. New information? For some, probably. Let us have some practice. You will be able to find this document in a PDF format so that you can get it printed if you prefer, and you can write or have a gut feeling exercise. We are going to consider 14 sentences in which you need to decide if the words and phrases underlined are specific or not, and whether they should be added. And we have the example. Inflation was the greatest problem for Brazilian government. Inflation was the greatest problem for the Brazilian government. Let's analyze the other sentences. Pay attention to the underlined words and expressions there. And this is the second part of the exercise too. Okay. You may pause the video to have some self-reflection, to make notes, or if you have the document printed, to be completing. The other practice is complete the following text. Now we have a paragraph by inserting a, an, the, or nothing in each gap. In some cases, more than one answer is possible. Alright? The origins of at. So, there you have the options. You should pause the video, write the possibilities there, and then you can verify the answers. Or, again, if you have the printed version, would be for you to be completing with the answers you consider appropriate. Okay. These are the official answers for the previous exercises. You can compare them. Again, you should pause the video to consider them in detail with more time, one by one. More for the second part. The first 14 sentences, okay. This is for the paragraph. look at the letters and the options for the articles to be used there. And these are the last ones. Okay. I hope you have acquired more understanding or more, let's say, comprehension on this topic. You could have good practice, satisfactory, like getting all the answers appropriately. You will find a link there to have more practice in the platform, external URL, and you will find a video called Articles Exercise in YouTube. So there you will be able to see more examples and complete and have an instant answer for further practice. Remember that all these contents are preparation for the class. So of course in class you can work cooperatively with a partner in the production of a creative piece of writing task. So thank you very much for your attention.